Moving on.
Let's do it.
To Bills versus Ravens. And you love Josh Allen. But
do.
we may have found someone who likes Josh Allen even more than you somehow. Michelle Tafoya was talking with his receiver.
Oh, you're right.
One
He does.
Stephon Diggs after the game, and this is what he said.
He's a guy that can do it, and as a player that you just want to play for him. You know, he works hard. He busts his not the A word. He busts his A word, and I just love this guy, man. That's it.
Hey, you guys, enjoy the celebration. Congratulations.
That's a bromance right there.
It's a bromance.
He dropped an A word, on TV.
Yeah.
We almost had to pay a fine there, but thanks for not doing the full thing there. They're a fun duo.
They are.
And you said to Josh Allen, you think they might be the best duo in football.
I mean, this year they're in that conversation.
They are in that conversation.
You know, I mean, I think, of course, Mahomes and Tyreek or Mahomes and Kelsey, you could probably put in that convo too. But it's certainly one of the most potent, deadly, obvious ones where it's like, oh, it's man-to-man. I bet you he throws the Diggs right here. Oh, he's scrambling outside the pocket. I bet you he tries to find Diggs right here. They are on the same page. And, really, Allen's play and then Diggs, just addition to the team, of course, has made them a whole different animal this year, and the reason they're in the AFC Championship Game.
We'll get into that touchdown here in a second. Yeah, Stephon Diggs going over 100 yards in 5 of the last 6 games. That relationship is really good. But I just want to say about this game overall is that the conditions were set up perfectly for the Ravens to win this game.
Yes.
Like if you knew the conditions going in, and I think you did pick the Ravens anyway.
I did. It won by 3, yeah.
But you probably felt even better about it. You're seeing those flags going like that, and you're just like, wow, the team that can run the ball as well as any team in the league against a defense that has had fits of not being able to stop the other team.
Yeah.
It's like this is setting up perfectly for the Ravens, and it was completely the opposite.
It was. It was. I was complaining about it before the game here in our studios because I was going, I don't want to see this weather. I want to see both these teams at their best so we can really see the air show.
Yeah.
I didn't want snow or rain to slow down the track for Lamar Jackson either. So I wanted to see him at full speed.
Yeah.
Okay, a little snow, but just for optics. I didn't want it to change the overall game altogether. But I was thinking that. I really thought that. Yeah, between Baltimore's defense, Baltimore's running game, and what I've seen out of Lamar throwing the ball at the end of the year, I thought they'd be able to throw it just enough to keep Buffalo honest and win a tough, close football game. But that was not the case. And, we're going to sit here going into the offseason with really some of the same questions we've had about Baltimore all season long, too. It's going to be the pass game conversation. Yes, it has to grow. We see that. Now, 17-13, and I think the way the game ended has made that conversation seem more relevant, where I want to go, hey, he threw for 162 yards. It wasn't like it was a pitiful performance here. Josh Allen only threw for 206. They're right there on the doorstep of making it 10-10. At least you're thinking it's going to be 10-6 as long as Tucker doesn't miss some chip shot field goal there. But the game was still in the balance there, even though they were down 10-3. Just thinks that Lamar got hurt. We didn't get to see it there. But I think ultimately it was the lack of a passing game by Baltimore. It allowed Buffalo to go all in on the run game. And one thing I've seen from Buffalo all year, if you don't have balance, they'll go all in and stop it. They're good that way. They're smart. Leslie Frazier, McDermott. Oh, you're not that great of a throwing? Okay, we're gonna really push the issue into stopping your run and make you prove to us you could throw it. They're good at that, and they continued to play those type of defenses all night long, and they had a great plan of attack for slowing down all the Lamar Jackson and Baltimore run game stuff.
It was really like the pocket would close in on Lamar a lot of times because I'm looking at the rushing stats for Jackson, 9 carries for 34 yards. His long was 15, so that means in the other 8 carries he had like 20 yards. That's nothing.
Nothing.
For Lamar
but
Jackson.
You're saying it right way. They basically just smothered, for lack of a better way, Lamar Jackson with just people and a lot of people. It was, okay, we got one linebacker here, and we're all going to slant this way to take away the run to the right. And in case he cuts back, we got a guy coming blitzing off the back edge. Yeah. And as soon as he tries to cut back, it's just going to all converge on him. They just had so many people surrounding the ball. They were very good at the pulling guards, let's get over the top and make sure we get into those gaps. And then really the big thing, and the thing maybe I underestimated a little bit too, the two linebackers, Milano and Edmonds, their speed, A.J. Klein, his speed, their ability to run sideline to sideline and never let Lamar get outside. There was a lot of times where Lamar was running outside and those linebackers just ran to the sideline and got to the edge to where then he had to cut it back up, and it became a 3 or 4 yard gain instead of like we see him get 20-yard gains that way.
The pressure was a huge deal in what I think was the play of the game, and it was the play before. The 101-yard interception return.
Seriously.
Who was that? Was that Hughes?
That was Hughes. It was 55.
Because they showed it, and Chris pointed it out on the broadcast, is that Hollywood was open.
Wide open.
He was wide open.
Yeah.
Lamar had to throw off back foot and missed it. And so that, if you score there, kick the extra point, 10-10.
10-10.
It's a whole different game.
Totally different
Completely
game.
Different
That's
game.
where the football's crazy. You're gonna, they'll look at that and go, man, we were in some even football game, and we were this close to tying it, and like, we got a chance to win, and yet we lost 17-3, and it felt like we really had no chance to win the game at the end of the game.
Right.
It's just, but that's another thing too. I'll say, hey, the pressure was great. I'd like to see Lamar hit that throw. Like Josh Allen and Mahomes.
He's got the arm strength.
He definitely
even off the
does.
Back foot
Right, he's got it. He's got it. And then, the wind might have affected, no doubt about it. There's no doubt. It was a really tough night to throw the football. But, yeah, those are the kind of things I'd like to see Lamar get a little bit better at. And I'd also like to see them get better overall at their passing game, in general.
So Greatness Calls says, if you could only help tell Lamar to work on one thing this offseason, what would it be? One thing to work on if you're Lamar Jackson.
Well, let me think about this for a second.
He's like pocket navigation, recognizing coverage, off balance, back foot throws.
I think maybe I would, he wants to throw from the pocket. He can make any throw. His arm is very good. It really, to me, it would probably be more about being a nuanced pocket passer. And that, hey, be patient in the pocket. Do go through your reads, force those issues in practice and stuff. Yeah, we know in a game you're going to get out and run, but don't do that too quickly in practice, right? It's 7-on-7. It's April. We know you can scramble.
Yeah.
Let's force the issue. Stay in there. Go through the reads. Try to find different ways to deliver the football and different ways to not only through your release, but the out route where I got to drop it over somebody, and this one I got to drive in there, and this one I got to throw it low and away, and all those things. To me, those are the things we're missing. And it's not like imperative to him yet because he has his great legs and they can get him out of trouble a lot of the times. But at some point in his career, he's going to have to make that adjustment, and I hope he does that. But also, I believe he can do all these things too. He needs the right coaching and the right people to get them going in that pass game. It does not lend itself to quarterback numbers or being easy on the quarterback throwing the football. We've never seen anybody in Greg Roman's offense really have success just throwing the football. Yeah. So there's a little question mark there.
Yeah, and it was a hard day for both quarterbacks, as you mentioned, with the wind, and Justin Tucker missed couple field goals. He missed 3 field goals in the 2 games this postseason. He had missed 1 in his 12 previous postseason
insane
field goals. So
win.
It was difficult. Yeah, it was insane. But let's take a little bit closer look at 2 plays. I want to do the Stephon Diggs touchdown in a second, but first,
let's do the interception.
The interception.
Let's do it.
The 101-yard.
It's a lot of good stuff here.
Teron Johnson here. It was Lamar's first career interception in the red zone, which I didn't know.
Right.
We've never done this before.
Him and Josh Allen never had red zone interceptions, right? So let's not start it yet. Let me just do it just real quick. They're going to play basically a quarters coverage here, okay? Quarters coverage. It's going to be like 4 across, and Tremaine Edmonds, number 49, who's over the center right now, looking like he might blitz, he's going to drop right down the middle. It's almost like a Tampa 2 coverage, but it plays a little bit more like quarters coverage. Now, the thing to watch here as we go, and don't go yet, don't press play yet, is he's going to throw to Mark Andrews right there at tight end on the left. The guy next to him, Boykin, in the slot, this is the guy to watch here as we go. Now go ahead and press play because Boykin's open, and that's who the ball should go to for the touchdown.
Yeah.
Okay? And really, hey, Andrews is the go-to guy here. And just rewind one more time, and don't start it quite yet. But Andrews is the go-to guy. That is the first read of this play, right? And what he's thinking is, because he sees Edmonds carrying him up, he's just going, well, Edmonds has got him, and I think that nickel guy will stay out there by number 80. He's not going to get so antsy and come into an area where he shouldn't really be.
Right.
But the problem is Lamar loses sight of him, and Lamar just stares down Andrews the whole time. And Teron Johnson, he's playing zone, so he doesn't have any man to cover. And I think he's sitting there kind of dropping in zone. And when he sees Lamar on like the second little gather step still staring at Andrews, he just goes, he's going to throw it. I'm going. I might leave my area, but he's patted the ball twice and now going to throw it. I'm going. And he goes, and let's play this one more time. Go ahead. And you can see he leaves 80 voided. If Lamar had just seen him better, he's going to throw an easy touchdown to Miles Boykin. And then just rewind this again back to the pick. And here's the other aspect. If you could just the pick six is amazing too. The way it happened, because everybody's dead stopped in the end zone.
Right.
And now with him catching the ball in the middle of the field, the Ravens came upfield to tackle him. No one went back at first until Lamar starts to realize, he's going to come out of the pack right here. And he gets out, and then he becomes the only guy that's going to be able to save it. But Tre'Davious White, what hustle to get out there in front of Lamar.
Yeah.
And a touchdown by Teron Johnson, and really probably the play of the weekend as far as the playoffs are concerned.
And that's the Ravens' MO. Like, they're the team that sees every turnover as an offensive opportunity to take it back, because you got a quarterback out there. You got 5 offensive linemen out there. It's a really good chance to score points.
Yes.
And it was the Bills that did it to them. Stefon Diggs with the other touchdown on the 3-yard screen here. And Pete wanted to know on this play.
Yeah, it's a good question by Pete. Pete's still mad at me, I think, about, the fumble out of the end zone thing.
He's still very mad. Yeah. Water under the bridge, he says at this point, until the next time it comes up.
Yes.
He goes on this touchdown. You got only 2 DBs for 3 wide receivers.
Right.
What's going on?
Yep. And so, and Humphrey, as you see in the end zone there, this is what's going on. And you can see the Ravens are a multiple defense, as you know. They do a lot of different stuff, crazy stuff. I wish 44 was moved up there closer to where the deep, but I guess that's how deep he was.
Is he going to come? Maybe he'll still come
But
up.
here's the point. And just before we start playing, just let me say this. There's a lot to defend with the Buffalo Bills down here. It's a lot. You can't really stop everything. It's really hard. Think about it. You got to stop the great passing game. You got to be conscious of him in the drop back passing game, and not only their concepts, but hey, we'd like to keep him in the pocket, because if he scrambles, he's probably going to scramble and throw or scramble and run for a touchdown.
Right.
You got to think about, they could run the ball with Devin Singletary. Oh, wait, they run a lot of quarterback design runs with Josh Allen down here. Ran one for a touchdown last week against the Colts. So they're worried about all these things. So where they've decided to cheat out here to the receivers is they went 3-on-2 instead of 3-on-3.
Got it.
And they're trying to cheat with like the linebacker, I believe it's 58 here, as like, hey, stay in there close to the run so you could stop the run and they run it. And then if they drop back to pass, we can get out there in zone coverage. But the one area it hurts is a screen pass that's quick like this. Go ahead and play it.
So here they are still getting lined up. So, 44
so there's
does go
44.
out there.
He's out there. So now we got the 2-on-2 matchup. And, so one more time. And
48, is that
So it's
Queen?
48 that I got to confuse. So 48's the guy they're trying to say, we don't want you to be the third guy out there in coverage, but I also want you to be here in case Josh Allen keeps the ball in the read option or something like that. And that's what they're worried about. And that's where great offenses make you defend the whole field, and it's tough to stop everything. And listen, this play is a perfect example for really all we have to say. This is a boring game offensively. We've said it.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect. Allen missed a few throws. Damn, Gabe Davis missed a touchdown down the middle on the second drive of the game. He drops that. Allen missed the Diggs go route because the wind looked like it pushed it like 30 yards to the right. But here's one of my big takeaways. Baltimore still played really good defense. Let's not forget. Baltimore outgained Buffalo 340 to 220 yards. But Allen's playmaking, that's one thing. The explosive plays he makes that way. And then I've never seen Baltimore play defense the way they played the other night. It's been a long time. Never. I've never seen them play that kind of respect to any quarterback yet. Not going to blitz. Going to play a lot of zone coverages. We're going to be totally conscious of not letting you have a big play or put our corners in a vulnerable position. That was about as conservative as I've seen the Baltimore Ravens play on the defensive side of the ball ever. I'm talking about ever.
Baltimore blitzed an NFL high 46% in the first 17 games this season. Just 20% versus Buffalo. And when they did, Allen went 6 for 7, 57 yards and a touchdown.
You can't blitz him. He's gotten like Mahomes.
He likes it.
He does, because he goes, I got a brain to block it up. If my brain doesn't work, I'll make one of you guys miss. And then he throws a laser down the field. And or it's I'll block it up and now you're blitzing. I got one-on-one on Diggs, and I love that all day. So that's where they're really tough, and that's where he's hit to me the Mahomes-Rodgers stratosphere. It's because of things like that. I see stuff that to me is a big telltale sign, that's just it's not a lot of people are going to talk about it, but that like screamed to me. Mm-hmm. Baltimore playing this style. And they tried to give him the okie doke during the week. Well, this is what we do. We blitz. We're going to keep blitzing. They tried to get Buffalo to think it was going to be a blitz game.
Yeah.
Wink Martindale, that little sneaky bastard.
Wink, wink.
Wink, wink is right. He had something else in mind. But good game, good win by Buffalo.
Good win by Buffalo, so that means we have to bury the Baltimore Ravens. They're done. They won a game. That's good, right? That's a step in the right direction.
It is in the right direction.
We have to bury the Baltimore Ravens. Here we go. Here lie the Baltimore Ravens. A team which has so much respect for the endangered American buffalo, they refused to win, so was not forced to dance on their logo. They didn't want to do that. It's too much respect for that animal.
Right.
So we'll just lose the game so we're not faced with that tough choice. Ravens questions, we had a few. Were the playoffs too much for you? Lamar proved us wrong. He played very strong. However, he's yet to prove he can win too. So now we just move the goalposts, right? It's like, can he win a playoff game?
Right.
It's like then when he does that, we're like, crap.
Can he win two?
But can he win two?
That'd be awesome, and you can say that to my dad next time he's on.
Exactly. That's what's really important.
Yeah.
Like anyone can win one.
Phil, he's never won two.
He's yet to win 2 playoff games in his career. So he has not done that yet. It's going to be tough because I don't know if they're going to be – I mean, they weren't better than they were the year before. It's like what direction are they going right now?
I still think they're going in the right direction.
You think they're getting better? They can still get better?
I still think they're on the shelf life of this team.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to say better. Listen, this year is still a phenomenal year. What were they, 12-4, right? I got that right?
No,
I mean,
were they?
Yeah, 11-5, sorry.
Yeah.
But could have easily been a 13-3, 12-4 football team. I still think they're in the window of being an ass kicker. I do. They still got plenty of good offensive linemen. D-line, hey, yeah, Calais Campbell, guys like that, maybe getting up there in age. They might have to start thinking about retooling that. But, man, those DBs, they don't need to do anything there. Probably need another playmaking receiver. They just got to grow the pass offense. It's got to grow. They got to get Lamar to grow within it. I think that can be done. I don't think Baltimore's going anywhere.
He's still so young, so very young.
Exactly right.
Early in his career.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.